The Metro East Sports Podcast is proudly presented by Little Caesars Pizza, locally owned by lifelong 618 residents who are proud to serve our community. Home of the hot and ready pizza and 12-time world champions of value, Little Caesars makes game night, practice night, and family night easy. Check them out in Alton, Glen Carbon, Troy, Collinsville, Shiloh, or Granite City today.
Get ready for the award-winning #1 sports podcast on our side of the river. It's time for the Metro East Sports Podcast.
From the Front Office Wealth Strategies studio in beautiful spring, warm Edwardsville, welcome to the Metro East Sports Podcast, talking all things sports in the Metro East. Season number 7, show number 10, recorded Monday, April 6th, 2026. I am David Leip alongside Matt Kamp. Good to see you, Camper.
Oh, it's good to be here.
KP, Coach Paulo, good to see you.
Happy belated Easter, Coach.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Did you have a good one?
Absolutely.
Did you eat at home? Did you go out to eat? What did you do?
We had family over. We had mixed family over, my son and Janet's kids. It was and the grandkids. Wonderful.
Awesome. Good for you, Camper. Did you find all the Easter eggs that the Easter Bunny hid for you?
I did not. My niece found all of them.
She did.
Yes.
She found them all.
Didn't share either.
Tonight's a big night. We are going to do the high school report, and we're going to talk softball, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, and tennis. Boys tennis tonight, right, KP?
Yes, sir.
And then after we do the high school report, we're going to check in with Coach Michael Myers. He is the boys swim coach at O'Fallon High School, and they are the Mespy winners for boys swim team of the year. Anxious to talk to Coach Myers. And guest number 2 tonight, rounding out the show, we are going to talk to EJ Brooks, the wrestling coach at Althoff. They are the Mespy winners for 1A wrestling team of the year, and he is bringing with him, I think, 4 of his kids, including our wrestler of the year, Pierre Walton, state champ, back-to-back state champ, big-time result for the Crusaders this year on the mat. Before we get to this guest and before we get to our high school report, I want to thank our partners, Cassens, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Keller Williams Marquis, the Blasting Game Group, Integrity Spine and Joint Center, Front Office, Fiduciary Network, Oak Brook Golf Club, Play It Again Sports, Edwardsville, and there's 3 things I'm going to beg you for before we start. Subscribe to this podcast. It's free and you love it. Number 2, follow us in all of our social media platforms on X, Facebook, and, of course, the Gram. And don't forget about Luke Slemmer's work on the YouTube also. Check us out on YouTube as well. And if you have a story, email me, please, at mespdave@gmail.com. And remember, you can nominate your favorite team for Integrity Spine and Joint Center. Metro East Team of the Month. Could be a park and rec team, could be a middle school team, a high school team, you name it. This month's team is the Crusaders. Coach Brooks is the team of the month. He wins the very nice Stanley mug that he gets to take with him.
Awesome.
Is it a cup or is it a mug?
It's a mug.
It's a mug.
I believe so.
It's like what you have there.
That's a mug.
Okay. It's like that. I called it the Stanley Cup, and that's something
Well,
else.
I like that. Go with it.
It's something different.
Go with it, Coach.
Anyway, if you have a suggestion, send your suggestion to me for your team of the month. All right. Let's start off by talking about golf. We are having our first ever Masters pool presented by Oak Brook Golf Club. And it is free to enter. The link is on our socials, posted today on Monday. It's on Facebook, and it's definitely on X, and I'll post it again if you want me to.
Absolutely. Keep posting it.
Free to enter. You get to pick players from multiple groups and one quote-unquote write-in candidate. Whoever finishes first wins a round for 2 with a cart plus 2 50th anniversary commemorative towels from Oak Brook. And for spots 2 through 5, you win Metro East Sports Podcast t-shirts. So 0 cost to the listeners. We just want you to have some fun, bragging rights, but a pretty nice prize there at the top. You get to go out and play some golf for free at Oak Brook, my favorite golf course.
What I'll throw out, Coach, is Friday or Saturday, I will run out to Oak Brook and interview some of the players.
How about that?
What do you think?
I don't think they're going to be playing this weekend, though.
Well,
They get to play whenever.
but no, I'll interview Oak Brook players.
Oh, when they're out there this weekend.
Yeah, and see, talk
You
to
should.
and go out. We'll give Oak Brook a little press action for them.
Sounds good.
What do you think?
That sounds great. And I think you should enter. Get in the contest, people. It's free to enter. Tell all your friends, tell all your neighbors. Get a chance to win some Metro Esports podcast swag, and also some free golf. All right. Let's talk high school report. KP,
You won't let us talk about our favorites going into the Masters?
go ahead.
I'm going with Bryson DeChambeau. That's my pick of the week.
Why?
Because I think he is prime and ready. He's been playing well on the Live Tour. I think he's ready.
You think the course is good for him? Long course? For
It
him?
hasn't. It's long because it's playing long. It depends if it's they get a little rain, that might help him. Normally, it's not been a good course for him, but hopefully this week it will be.
Okay.
I'd like to see the Rory repeat. I think without the stress of having never won it until last year, it's off of him. He can go in kind of more comfortable. So
You think he's gonna? You
I'd
don't.
like to
you
see
don't
him
see
do
a
it
sophomore
again.
slump. You don't see a second year.
I do not.
We can never forget Scheffler.
That is
Scotty's
true.
always in the hunt.
Well, I'll tell you who's not going to win it.
Okay, who is that, Coach?
I think we know who's not going to win it because
He's
rolled
over in
his-
Europe?
He rolled his SUV.
And he's in Europe.
Is he in Europe?
He's doing his rehab in Europe.
Huh? He didn't get arrested.
Um,
He got arrested.
He got
but
arrested, but the last I heard is because he passed the breathalyzer. He did not do the urinalysis, and there's some glitch with that because supposedly he could be in shock from head injury from the rollover and his statements and not passing some of the field sobriety tests. I don't, you never how that goes.
I'm rooting for him.
I feel bad for him.
I'm rooting for
It's
him.
going to be a weird Masters without him or Phil Mickelson.
And
First time in
Phil
33
withdrew
years.
for a family.
They've got some kind of health issues going on. I don't know if it's his wife or him.
Okay. Well, wish the best for both those former great champions. All right, KP, let's start us off. You go over your notes. You've got
Got a little soccer this past
girls
week.
soccer. Yep.
Yep, absolutely. Games last week to look at. We had O'Fallon beating Granite City 1-0. That was an interesting match. I think it went down to late in the game before O'Fallon scored. And we had Althoff coming in to beat Alton Marquette 1-0. All tight matches. And then 7-0 Waterloo takes down Belleville West 1-0. And that's why I think I'm going to talk a couple of Belleville West game coming up. I think it's going to be some interesting games. I think Belleville West is pretty solid. They just right, Camper.
Yeah, they're a good team, solid midfield, very good keeper. That's a team to watch. You're going to give some other teams some fits.
And then Camper and I are both at this game. We were at Father McGivney versus Althoff at Father McGivney. Althoff scored in the first minute of the game, and I thought, man, we were going to have a game here. And then Father McGivney stormed back with 4 unanswered goals and took that 4-1.
What was the score at half in that one?
You remember, Camper?
It was 2-1.
2-1, wasn't it? Yep. So it was close. And then McGivney put on the pressure in the second half. Then we jump to games this week to watch. Waterloo 7-0 at Triad 3-2-2, and Triad's deceiving. I know they're down a little bit, but they had a tough schedule, and I keep saying that early in the season. They played some schools from up north. I think they played a school from St. Louis, so they had a tight schedule. So it'll be interesting to see how that fares out. Next game to look at is Alton Marquette. They're 3-2-1 at Father McGivney 6-1. I think that's going to be an interesting game to watch, don't you, Camp?
It should be. And McGivney got them earlier in the season, just a couple of days, or about a week ago. They beat them 3-0 in Godfrey. So,
Okay.
return match here.
Looking at Belleville West at O'Fallon, again, we talked about West a little earlier. I think they're playing O'Fallon, who's 4-0-1. I've got an idea that might be the match of the week if they can hang in there.
That'll be a good one.
Yep, and then we've got O'Fallon at Edwardsville later in the week.
And that's going to be the big one for Edwardsville because it's always been O'Fallon and trying to get over that hump. They got them last year at least once to share the conference, but it's that postseason time when it really matters.
Yep, well, appreciate that. Next week we'll update our rankings.
Okay. Remind me who was number one last week. Wasn't it O'Fallon?
O'Fallon was number 1.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right.
Yep.
Lacrosse.
We go a little lacrosse. Lacrosse is a little interesting for us in this Metro Esports podcast because there's only 3 or 4 teams in the area that have teams in this side.
Boys are just Belleville, O'Fallon, and Edwardsville.
And Edwardsville.
That's
yes,
it, right?
That's it.
Okay.
Right,
and
Camper?
girls,
Yes.
girls, it's just O'Fallon
In
Edwardsville only.
Belleville West.
And Belleville West.
Yes.
I thought East was going to have their own team. No, I guess I'm confusing with
I
flag
don't
football.
know if, Belleville East has its own in flag football. I don't know if West is co-opted with East for the girls lacrosse or not, because they have done that before.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I heard that they might co-op with East.
So there's no East lacrosse.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Well, boys scores from last week. We had Edwardsville beat Eureka 6-5. And then we jump down to lacrosse boys matches to look at this week. O'Fallon's at Westminster. And then we've got Pembroke at Edwardsville. That'll be this week.
Okay.
We'll jump over to girls lacrosse scores. O'Fallon beat Dunlop 16-5. And then Belleville West beat Edwardsville 15-2. So looking at the matches to look at this week, we had Eureka at O'Fallon and Edwardsville's at Oakville.
All right. Boys tennis.
Just want to get an update, Coach, how I know that we had some issues with weather on the tennis tournament. How did it end up?
We're a partner. The Metro Esports Podcast is a partner with the Edwardsville Spring Invitational. We like to have the winner of the top flight on the show the following Monday, but the tournament was scrapped because it rained pretty much all day Saturday. So what we did was we just told teams, look, those of you that are traveling, go ahead and make your own arrangements with the teams that are in the draw. And if you choose not to come, don't worry about it. If you decided that this rain this weekend is going to make it not worth it for you to make the trip, and several Chicago teams went ahead and went that direction, but several came anyway. And we played on Friday, and we beat Huntley 6-3, and then we lost 9-0 to John Burroughs on Friday.
They're that good, Coach?
John Burroughs is very good. John Burroughs is very, very good, and they will compete for a title this year for sure. It'll be them or MICDS probably coming out of their region or section or district, I think it's called in Missouri, and whoever wins will probably win state in Missouri. They're very good. We had several competitive matches, but they were just better.
Do we go over there and play them this year, Coach?
We're going to be in the MICDS tournament in just a couple weeks, but we're not going to play. We're not going to play Burroughs again head to head. We played them. We were going to play them first round of this tournament anyway, probably as the top two seeds. We were going to play them because logistically, then we would both host all day on Saturday. So kind of a tough way of doing things as an organizer, but. Then Saturday morning, we came back and played Downers Grove South, and I think we won like 9-3 or something like that against them, and it was fun to play them, and our kids played well. And I know that a lot of coaches played a lot of other tennis. I know Triad played several matches. O'Fallon played several matches. Alton played. Granite City played. Collinsville played. A lot of tennis was played, so a lot of teams got to play tennis this weekend anyway, and we'll update our tennis rankings next week. How about that?
Great.
Okay, Camper. Let's talk about some softball.
Sounds good. We got some new rankings.
Okay. Do you want me to do the small school rankings bottom up?
Sure.
Okay, small school rankings as of April 5th with a record of 3-4, number 10, Southwestern, number 9, Lincolnwood, number 8, Carlinville, 7, Roxana, 6, Sparta, 5, Gillespie, 4, Columbia, 3, Nashville, 2, Freeburg, and number 1 in the small schools with a record of 9-4, ranked 17th in Class 2A, the Bud, Red Bud.
Yeah, and they're actually led by family member of Craig Olau and the Olau family at Edwardsville. Their pitcher
we talked about
is an Olau.
Yeah,
so
they're all over the place.
They are.
Yeah, we talked about that because we had the Red Bud coach on. We did a softball preview with him way back at the start of the spring. So the Bud up there at the top, good for them. And they were number 2 last week, right?
Yes, and the big thing with the small school is a lot of movement. It was early in the season. You're still trying to figure out who's who. Definitely did not see as much movement in the large school.
Okay.
Camper, quick question. I see Sparta and Roxanne at 8-1 and 7-1. What is their strength of schedule? Got them down?
Schedule's a little bit different,
okay.
Yes.
All right.
But I think both schools are going to be facing some pretty stiff competition the next couple of weeks. So kind of get an idea where they are.
Still early. Okay, let's look at the large schools. Number 10, Belleville West. Number 9, Jersey. 8, Triad. 7, CM. 6, O'Fallon. 5, Centralia. Number 4, Belleville East. Number 3, Edwardsville. Number 2, Mascoutah, and the number 1 team at 11-0 for the large schools, Waterloo.
Yeah, and Waterloo's ranked second in Class 3A by the Illinois Coaches Association, and they, just keep on winning. And until someone gets them, it's going to be hard to really take them out of it. But big one coming up actually today, Mascoutah, number 2 team, is playing Centralia, number 5. So get an idea there. And then Mascoutah will play Waterloo. So big week for Mascoutah, also a test week for Waterloo to see what they can do.
Just looking at the rankings, Edwardsville has played 19 games, 12-2. Most of the other teams have played about half that, 9 games, 8 games. Triad's played 12 games, so they're playing a lot of games.
Yeah, Edwardsville did a smart thing. I think it was the very first week of the season because the week got moved up because of the new HSA format. And Edwardsville went down south. They went to Tennessee and played 3 games down there right away and got into another tournament. So they're making sure they're getting busy early.
Did some country line dancing, too, if you follow their social media. I saw that. Okay. Anything else you want to say about softball before we move on and start talking about the hardball?
The other big game this week is going to be Edwardsville and Belleville East on April 9th. So
always a rival.
Some good ones this week.
Yep. Okay, let's look at the ScoutConnect boys baseball rankings. Diego Solares, number 15 for the small schools first. Breeze Central, 14, Jabot, 13, Roxana, 12, Tolono Unity. Is it Tolono or Tolono?
Tolono.
Tolono Unity is number 12. Number 11, Tremont. Number 10, Monticello. Number 9, Harrisburg. 8, Carterville. 7, Nashville. 6, Effingham. Number 5, McGivney. 4, St. Anthony. 3, Freeburg. Number 2, Teutopolis. And number 1, again, St. Joseph Ogden. Any comments on those small school rankings?
Some traditional powers right there, especially near the top.
And Diego gave me a list of notes after I read these rankings, so I'll wait and share his thoughts here in a second. Okay, let's look at the large schools, which includes 3A and 4A teams. Number 15, Metamora. 14, Morton. 13, Mount Zion. Number 12, Mahomet Seymour. 11, East Peoria. 10, Glenwood. 9, Edwardsville. 8, Mascoutah. 7, Dunlap. 6, Waterloo. 5, Normal High School. U-High in Normal. Number 4, Sacred Heart Griffin. Number 3, Triad. Number 2, O'Fallon. And number 1, Normal Community, where they have been even since preseason. All right, now I'm gonna give you Diego's notes. Diego's never short with words, so I'm gonna number 1. Top 4 stayed the same last week for the large schools. No movement. Normal U-High Bloomington climbs up 3 spots now at number 5. Mascoutah is the biggest riser in the Metro East, jumping up 5 spots, now at number 8. They're still undefeated, and they pulled off their biggest win of the season so far last week, going on the road and blanking Edwardsville 5-0.
I was at that game. Mascoutah right-hander Darren Klein, only a junior, threw a 2-hitter. He was in control. And to make things even more fun for Klein, hit a solo home run in the first inning.
Wow, good for him. All right, coincidentally, the biggest faller is the Edwardsville Tigers. They're 4-6 on the season, and they went 1-3 last week, losing to Sacred Heart Griffin, Mascoutah, and Eureka from Missouri. Metamora from the Peoria area debuts at number 15. They're undefeated, 8-0 on the spring. Belleville West drops out after a 1-4 week. Also, keep an eye on Alton. They're getting healthy on the mound, and they're going into a huge series matchup against Edwardsville. In regard to the small schools, well, you guys want to add anything else to the big school comments from Diego?
I'm interested to see, like he said, with Alton. They've got a couple of good pitchers, and I believe Kaufman, who might be their ace, he goes tomorrow against Edwardsville.
Is that the freshman?
He's a sophomore now.
Yeah.
And he looked good last year as a freshman.
Okay.
So that'll be an interesting game tomorrow.
I think I was just going to jump in at Edwardsville. Edwardsville's, I think they lost 9 seniors last year from their team. I think they're trying to figure out where people are going to fit and how they're going to react to certain situations. So I think they're going to have to do some remodeling here going ahead.
And Coach Funkhauser will figure it out.
He knows how to do it. He's the best man
It's
for it.
not uncommon for Edwardsville to, at this point, have people around town scratching their heads. That's what happened last year. People at this point in the season were scratching their heads going, boy, this is a tough team. They're just really struggling to hit the ball. You remember this last year?
do.
I remember talking. I can even remember the people that were saying it. This team is really going to challenge Coach Funkhauser, blah, blah, blah. And at the end, they were still excellent. And it's going to happen again this year. They may not be ranked number one. They may not win state, but he's going to get every ounce out of this team.
He'll figure out the combinations.
He always does.
Absolutely will.
Okay, small school. No movement in the top 10. Everything is the exact same from last week. 2 new teams debut. Jabot and Breeze Central. Jabot is 7-3 on the year, always plays a tough schedule, and is the only 1A team on the list. They're on here after a perfect 3-0 week, including a win over Belleville West. Breeze Central went 3-0 also this week, beating DuQuoin 2-0 on Saturday, and knocking the Indians out of the rankings. They're always good, and they compete for a sectional every year, and they have a true ace in right-handed pitcher Alex Athmer. Columbia is 1-4 and falls out of the rankings, but don't forget about the Eagles. They always play a tough schedule, and they've done so to date, and they have one of the top arms in the area in Connor Basinski. They're out of the rankings for now, but he fully expects them, Diego fully expects them to jump back in at some point, and those are Diego Solaris' comments from ScoutConnect and the rankings courtesy of ScoutConnect. All right, guys, busy week of high school sports. We are right in the midst of the prime season for the spring, the beginning. The first part of the season is officially over. I think we're kind of in that middle part where we're starting to get a better handle on who everybody is. What's the number one team, the number one thing, the number one story that you're watching most closely right now? Any sport. Go.
Soccer with McGivney and Edwardsville. 2 teams that could both wind up at the state tournament, and this is big weeks for both of them.
I think I'm watching Columbia a little bit. I think they're going to bounce out of that tough start they had. So that's kind of my team of choice.
Okay. All right, guys, go ahead.
And one more, just a quick shout out to Elle Evans, the 2022 Edwardsville graduate. Over the weekend, she won 3 separate 3-point contests at Hinkle Fieldhouse at Butler. She won the team pedigree team shootout, the women's 3-point championship, and then the Skechers Battle of the Champions, beating a guard from DePaul.
Good for her. And she's done with high school. I mean, done with college basketball.
Done
now.
with college.
And she ended at KU.
She did.
She started at North Dakota State.
Yes, 2 seasons there, and then made the move to Lawrence. And I'm going to talk to her tomorrow morning and see what's next up.
I think she'll play. I think
do
she'll
too.
keep playing. All right.
We might be following a little women's tennis at SIUE this weekend, Coach.
Yes.
Yep.
Women's tennis has a chance to play for their conference championship on Saturday.
Yep.
And that will be fun to watch. Good luck to Coach Albertson and the Cougars.
We'll be sending some pictures out, and we'll make sure we get it on the podcast.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.